Gabriela Silang was brought into the world in Barangay Canigan, St. Nick, Ilocos Sur to a Spanish Ilocano father named Anson, a merchant who carried his products from Vigan to Abra along the Abra waterway, and a relative of Ignacio Carino, the main Galician from Spain to show up in Candon, Ilocos Sur in the late 17th 100 years. Her mom was a Tinguian who was from a Tinguian barrio in San Quintin, Abra presently Pitagan. She got a Catholic childhood from the town's ward cleric, and accomplished rudimentary level training at the town's community school. Subsequent to being isolated from her folks right off the bat in her life as a youngster, she was organized arranged by a minister marriage among her and the well-off financial specialist 1751, and he passed on 3 years later, too. In the wake of being bereft by her most memorable spouse, Gabriela met future guerrilla pioneer Diego Silang and wedded him in 1757. In 1762, as a feature of what might later be known as the 7 Years' Conflict, the realm of extraordinary England pronounced battle on Spain, bringing about the English possessing the city enclosed by Cavite. After the catch of Manila, an encouraged Diego tried to start a furnished battle to oust Spanish functionaries in Ilocos and supplant them with local conceived authorities. He worked together with the English, who delegated him legislative leader of Ilocos for. During this revolt, Gabriela became quite possibly of Diego's nearest guide and his informal confidant during encounters with Spanish soldiers. She was likewise a significant figure in her better half's co-activity with the English. Spanish specialists fought back by offering a compensation for Diego's death. Therefore, his two previous partners, Miguel Vicas and Pedro Becbec, killed him in Vigan on May 28, 17. After Diego's death, Gabriela escaped to Tayum, Abra to look for asylum in the place of her fatherly uncle, Nicolas Carino. There, she named her initial two officers, Miguel Flores and Tagabun Infiel. She later expected her significant other's job as leader of the revolutionary soldiers and accomplished a priestess status among her local area and supporters. Her famous picture as the bolo employing La Generala riding a horse comes from this period. Yet again on September 10, 1763, Silang endeavored to assault Vigan, yet the Spanish fought back, driving her. She withdrew to Abra, where the Spanish later caught her. On September 20, 1763, Silang and her soldiers were executed by hanging in Vigan's Focal Plaza. She is recognized as the Joan of Bendavilacandia. The request for Gabriela Silang is the sole second-rate class public design granted by the Philippines, whose enrollment is limited to women. The association and party list Gabriela Ladies Party, general gathering restricting people for changes, respectability, equity, administration, and activity, which ages and issues, was established in 84. In her honor, the BRP Gabriela Silang is named after her. Space Rock 7026 Gabriela Silang, found by Eleanor Helen at Palomar in 1993, is named in her honor. The authority naming reference was distributed by the Minor Planet Place on November 8, 2019.